1000 Facts Checked. Entertainment. Number 953. Cardi B's birth name is Bacalus Almanzar.
Cardi was born Belcalis Almanzar. Her sister, however, was named Hennessy. Because of this, everyone started calling Cardi Bacardi, like the rum. When Cardi used the name on Vine and Instagram, her account kept getting deleted.
But for some reason, my Instagram keeps getting deleted, and I think it was Bacardi that had something to do with it. So I just shortened it to Cardi B.
Number 874. At his audition for The Office, John Krasinski told someone he was nervous about the producers ruining the show because of how great the British version was. Little did he know, the person he was talking to was the show's executive producer. That is 100% something that I would absolutely do. One time when I was working at this research institution, they had a private gym for the people that worked there. And I went regularly every day, in the afternoon. Sometimes there was somebody else who was there and I didn't really know them, still kind of knew myself. And we would have kind of casual conversation, hey, how you doing? People you see when you go to the gym. If you're a regular gym goer, you know what I mean. And so eventually he kind of asked me what I was researching, who I was working with, and just making small talk. And I asked him, and he was the CFO. So that was very awkward. That was weird. I felt so dumb. If you ever work somewhere, just look at like the C-suite people. Just take a look at their pictures, look at their names, and just, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Number 150. When Shakira was in 2nd grade, she was rejected by the school choir because her vibrato was too strong. The music teacher told her she sounded like a goat. Who tells a 2nd grader that? It's so rude. That guy's a jerk. Number 912. The last picture taken of John Lennon while he was alive had his killer in the frame. On the evening of December 8, 1980, John Lennon, formerly of the Beatles, was shot and fatally wounded in the archway of the Dakota, his residence in Manhattan, New York City. The perpetrator, Mark David Chapman, was an American Beatles fan who was envious and enraged by Lennon's lifestyle, along with his 1966 comment that the Beatles were, quote, more popular than Jesus. Number 498. The 21 Pilots fan base is known as the Skeleton Clique. The name is a combination of clique, meaning a group of people with a shared interest, and skeleton, which relates to the band's early use of skeleton motifs such as Tyler Joseph's signature skeleton hoodies. The fan group is known for forming a supportive community centered around the band's music, which often addresses themes of hope and darkness. The band considers the clique a fellowship and a tour slogan, quote, only skeleton bones remain, symbolizing that at their core, everyone is the same. I will leave a link to a really cool Medium article about that entire community. It's pretty great. It's pretty awesome. Number 138. The popular LMFAO group is made up of an uncle-nephew duo. Number 103. I Will Always Love You was originally written and recorded in 1973 by Dolly Parton. It was written as a farewell to her business partner and mentor, Porter Wagoner, expressing Parton's decision to pursue a solo career, so he didn't die. Number 922. Aaron Carpenter got verified on Instagram on April 29th, 2015. I have no idea who this person is. Number 172. The line, born and raised in South Detroit in Journey's Don't Stop Believin', makes no sense, as there is no South Detroit. Detroit, Michigan lies on the northern side of the Detroit River, and Ontario, Canada lies to its south. Number 662. Nicki Minaj is acrophobic, which means that she's afraid of heights. Number 434. Rednecks, the band that remixed and popularized Cotton Eye Joe, is not Southern, but Swedish. They all have Southern-sounding stage names. Number 937. In 2015, Ariana Grande won 2 MTV Millennial Awards for the Global Instagrammer of the Year and International Hit of the Year with her single One Last Time. Number 876. The radio took 38 years to reach a market audience of 50 million. The television took 13 years, and the iPod only took 3 years to reach a market audience of 50 million. Number 656. All of the sweaters Mr. Rogers wore on his show were hand-knitted by his mother. He said he loved wearing them because they always made him think of her. Number 870. Jennifer Lopez was the first actress to have a movie and an album hit #1 in the same week. January of 2001, her second album, J-Lo, topped the Billboard 200 chart, while her film The Wedding Planner was the #1 movie at the box office. Number 310. In the Netherlands version of Sesame Street, instead of Big Bird, they have a bluebird named Pino. He started out as a big, clumsy, dopey bird with a Belgian accent. He evolved slowly from an ageless bird who was a little slower than the others to a more childlike Pino. His role on the street is similar to Big Bird's, whom he physically resembles. He is always cheerful and eager to learn new things. He is also very sensitive. Number 468. Kanye West's song Hey Mama was dedicated to his mother, who died in 2007 after complications following a plastic surgery. Number 790. All of the suits worn by Neil Patrick Harris on How I Met Your Mother were tailored especially for the actor. After the series finale, he took some of them home. I have never watched this show. Not one episode or one moment in my life. I have no idea. Or The Big Bang Theory. I have zero interest. Number 123. Popularized by Shakespeare's play, many people think Julius Caesar's last words were, "And you, Brutus?" The historical Caesar likely said nothing, or only groaned, but the phrase, "Et tu, Brute," is famously attributed to him from Shakespeare's play, meaning, "You too, Brutus?" Ancient sources suggest that if he did speak, it was likely the Greek phrase, "Pasou teknon," meaning, "You too, child?" directed at Brutus, which was later adapted into the Latin version.
Why should Caesar get to stomp around like a giant while the rest of us try not to get smushed under his big feet? What's so great about Caesar? Brutus is just as cute as Caesar. Okay, Brutus is just as smart as Caesar. People totally like Brutus just as much as they like Caesar. And when did it become okay for one person to be the boss of everybody, huh? Because that's not what Rome is about. We should totally just stab Caesar!
Number 884. BTS was the first K-pop group to get their own Twitter emojis. Do not come for me if I did not get the emoji correct with the person. I love BTS. I like their music. I think they're great. Do I know each of their names? I do not. I know there's V and Jimin, and that's it. I couldn't tell you which ones they are. Number 33. The Lego Group is the world's most powerful brand. There are more Lego minifigures than there are people on Earth. Also, do you say Lego or Legos for plural? Let me know. It's very controversial, apparently. Number 37. Elvis was originally blonde. He started coloring his hair black for an edgier look. Sometimes he would touch it up himself using shoe polish. Number 39. Ed Sheeran bought a ticket to LA with no contacts. In 2010, a then unknown 19-year-old Ed Sheeran had traveled to Los Angeles. He was performing at small open mic nights, hoping to get noticed. Sheeran met Jamie Foxx's radio show producer, who was impressed enough with his music to introduce him to Fox. After hearing Sheeran perform, he offered the young musician a place to stay in his Hollywood home and the use of his recording studio. Number 663. Ed Sheeran has a ketchup bottle tattooed on his arm. In 2019, following Sheeran's very public proclamations of love for the red condiment, HEINZ recognized an opportunity to jump on the singer's likability when it transformed one of his direct messages about an ad idea into an actual television commercial. The two then teamed up to raise money for Rise Against Hunger. Given that Sheeran already has a tattoo of a HEINZ ketchup bottle, it felt right that HEINZ should get one to match. Alright, let's talk about these Ed Sheeran ketchup bottles. So 150 bottles were made. 3 of them were sold at an auction for charity. Most were being given away to superfans or like some kind of a sweepstakes. It's like kind of creepy because this bottle looks like Ed Sheeran's arm, which is covered in a bunch of tattoos. So that's like a little bit like a Buffalo Bill vibe, to be completely honest. But it is cool because they are raising money for charity and he really loves ketchup. So, win-win, right? The absolute cutest thing about these ketchup bottles, package it comes in. It's so cute. It's like a little amplifier and it's just hiding in there. And then you open it and there it is. And it's really cute. It's really cute. That alone Adorable. I looked in 2025 for more recent updates about any of these bottles, and I could not find anything. So if you come across one of these, let me know. I have to find out. I need an update. Number 909. John Steinbeck was born on February 27, 1902. He wrote 27 books, including Of Mice and Men. Number 477. The first world leader to create a YouTube channel was the British Prime Minister Tony Blair, who made his account in 2007. Here he is at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland in 2005 with various other world leaders, Bono and Bill Gates. And here he is with Vladimir Putin in 2003. Bonus fact: YouTube was founded on February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2005 by Chad Hurley, Jawad Karim, and Steve Chen, who were all former employees of PayPal. And another bonus fun fact: Facebook was founded a year and 10 days earlier on February 4th, 2004, because February 4th is the best day. Number 461. In every scene of Fight Club, there's a Starbucks coffee cup. Bonus fact: in the episode The Last of the Starks, a Starbucks cup appeared in a scene during a feast in Winterfell in front of Daenerys Targaryen. Number 11. The famous line in Titanic from Leonardo DiCaprio, "I'm king of the world," was improvised. Number 120. Nobody knows how the Academy Awards came to be referred to as the Oscars. The most commonly cited story attributes the name to Margaret Herrick, the Academy's librarian. Upon seeing the statuette for the first time, she reportedly said it looked like her Uncle Oscar, and the name stuck. Actress Bette Davis is also credited with coining the term. She allegedly said that the statue's backside reminded her of her first husband, Harmon Oscar Nelson Jr. The third theory is that Hollywood columnist Sidney Skolsky is credited with popularizing the name. He used it in his columns to make the awards seem more accessible and less stuffy, and it was widely adopted by the public and press. Number 412. The original lightsaber sound was created by mixing the hum of an old film projector with a static buzz from a television set. Sound designer Ben Burt recorded the projector's motor hum and later accidentally discovered the television's interference by walking by a TV with a broken microphone. By combining these two sounds and swinging a microphone near a speaker playing the sound, he added the signature Doppler effect for movement. Bonus fact: Mace Windu is the only character who had a purple lightsaber. And the only reason he has a purple lightsaber is because Samuel L. Jackson wanted to stand out in the big fight scene in Attack of the Clones. Number 125. Daniel Craig was an anonymous stormtrooper in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Originally, he denied his cameo, claiming he wouldn't bother being an extra in a movie. Daniel Craig had a small cameo in The Force Awakens as the stormtrooper that releases Rey from captivity on the Starkiller base. Number 151. 4 of the top 7 highest-grossing films of all time were released in 2015. Avengers: Age of Ultron, Furious 7, Jurassic World, and Star Wars: The Force Awakens, which has a cameo from Daniel Craig as a stormtrooper. Number 453. Ewok jerky was a popular snack across the Outer Rim in the Star Wars universe. Ewok jerky was a dish made using the meat of Ewoks, a sentient species native to the forest moon of Endor, who were hunted by off-world raiders in order to make the dish. A popular snack on the Outer Rim worlds, it was served by the chef Borkus at Power Sliders, a diner built in the settlement of Pons Ora, one of the few settlements on the surface of Abafar, a remote desert world located in the Outer Rim territories. Number 672. In the Star Wars film Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, every single one of the clone troopers was produced using CGI effects. Nailed it. Number 969. The serial number on Darth Vader's suit of armor was E-3778Q-1. The first time I saw that, or the one where he takes the mask off, you know, Luke, I am your father, and like he dies, the only thing I could think was, think about how dirty the inside of that would be. That'd be so gross. Like, just unsanitary. The sweat and the... Ugh. Number 888. Playboy has been publishing Braille versions of its magazine since 1970. However, no pictorial representations are included. Number 897. When Kurt Russell smashed the guitar in The Hateful Eight, he accidentally destroyed an irreplaceable 145-year-old museum piece instead of one of the replicas. A film by Quentin Tarantino, The Hateful Eight is based around a group of untrustworthy strangers trapped in a house together in the middle of a snowstorm. Russell stars as the bounty hunter John the Hangman Ruth, who's transporting his latest prisoner, Daisy, played by Jennifer Jason Leigh, to her capital sentence. When they are struck with the likes of fellow bounty hunters, the town sheriff, and more, the odd assortment of characters must find a way to pass the time. Chess, reading, and conversation are all options that transpire, but so is music. In one scene, Daisy is shown playing the guitar and singing along. When she is done singing, however, John suddenly snatches the musical instrument from her grips and smashes it against a nearby pole. Daisy is shocked by this reaction, but not just because of what John did. As it turns out, the reaction that Jennifer Jason Leigh gives at that moment is genuine because her co-star just smashed a rare, expensive 145-year-old vintage Martin 1970s parlor guitar, and not one of the many duplicates made for the film. The director, Quentin Tarantino, convinced the Martin Guitar Museum to lend him the one-of-a-kind Martin guitar for this scene alone. The plan was for Jennifer Jason Leigh to play the guitar for this scene, cut so that a duplicate would be put in its place, and then Russell would destroy it. However, it appears that no one told Russell about this plan, so he went through the full scene and destroyed the guitar that was valued at almost $40,000. Number 467. Steven Spielberg was the executive producer of the Animaniacs. This is pretty easy to fact check because you just Google Animaniacs and boom. Look at that. It's right there.